Why is it every time I try to make a good video, it rains out? Why? Hey guys, it's Dragon5715 back with episode 34 of Sky Factory 2. It's going frickin' awesome, guys. We decided to have a little backyard party, and so yeah, I guess you could say we're having a little backyard project going on, and we've been hard at work. Actually, really hard at work. It's taken literally all day to figure this out. I don't know why I had so much problems with this, guys. But I got some chocolate milk here. Where are you, chocolate milk? Chocolate milk. Right here. See it? Yeah, that's not good. We're lagging like crazy again. Come on. Alrighty. No? Yes? Okay. Let's head on over to the backyard before the sun sets here. And I will show you what's been going on here. I had to lock Craner and his little buddy there in the house because they kept bugging the crap out of me. So anyway, first things first, I've been doing some research on the Big Reactors mod, and what I found is this cryogenic stuff is the best stuff to use. So I had five control rods going on there, and we'll just kind of flick this thing on here, and this actually helps the cooling process a lot better, and you actually get a little bit more stable RF per tick here. So this particular one, I have 5 control rods. Where is it? Let's turn that off so we can see here. So we have 5 fuel rods, sorry, and we're outputting 12,000 RF per tick, and it's pretty stable, which is pretty cool. And what I've been doing today is around the corner here, we have an actively cooled reactor, and I know I kind of cheaped out a bit. I just put 1 core in there, 1 fuel rod, and also we made a turbine, just a small little guy. Still a pain in the butt to figure all this stuff out. So I've been watching some videos on it. That's how I figured it out. So let's turn this on so I can show you a few things here. Okay, first of all, you notice the core heat skyrockets like crazy. We got steam here, we got water here. But no millibuckets per tick quite yet. Not sure why, but so what's going on here is this is an actively cooled reactor. So we have a water source over here that's getting pumped in up in these two here. Coolant port. So as soon as you add a coolant port to your normal reactor, your passively cooled reactor, You've seen in here the controls change slightly. You get a fluid tank here, you get some hot fluid tank, which is your steam, and then it gives you millibuckets per tick output on there. And the power doesn't really change. So before I added the coolant port, I just had the glass there and it was starting to charge up, but that's not even used. So then over here, oh yeah, so we'll continue. So you want to pump the steam out that you make because you're pumping water in and it's going to make steam. So then you pump the steam out. These are fluid ducts, by the way, into a turbine fluid port. And then here, the turbine fluid port, we're going to take the water because the steam will condense, and it'll take the water and pump it back into the reactor there so we can get some efficiency going on with our fluids. So the turbine, you're going to need some turbine housing, turbine glass. You'll need some rotor shaft and rotors, a metal to make your conductance coil, and all that does is it just wraps around there. You'll need a rotor bearing, which is this part right here, turbine rotor bearing, turbine controller, and then this is your turbine power port, and it's got a charge on it of 1 million RF right now. And as you can see, this side, you just put your turbine shaft all the way to the glass, and then you just build your conductance coil around there. You can build a couple deep if you want. You can have 2 fins per section or 4. I chose 4 because it looked cool. For the water, I just made a endless water source in here, put some transfer nodes on there, and kind of, you know, it's kind of transferring somehow from here to the hardened ducts, and they're going up. Servo on here is pulling the water out, and apparently you don't need to have a servo in here, but you do need a crescent wrench. As you can see, one is blue and one is red. One is red and one is blue. These are all coolant ports, reactor coolant ports on this side here. This is also a reactor coolant port. But use the crescent wrench, and I believe you just right click it and it'll change it to red or blue for input or output. So we're going to activate this puppy. It's kind of already charged up, but I was farting around with it. So at this setting here, 290 millibuckets per tick, that was giving me the best RF output. And there's 2 stages here. There's a where's the fans here? Right here. So you either have a 900 RPM or 1800 RPM, which is the best performance for the rotors. So at 290 millibuckets per tick, that brings me up to the 1800. And I recorded it down here at 157 millibuckets per tick. That gives me 1242 RF per tick at 978 RPM. So take a look here, and the turbines are slowly spinning here, and they're going to speed up a little bit. Let's see if we can see it from the top here, guys. Yeah, it's a pretty cool animation. Got the steam going in there, and that. Now, I guess you can use gold, you can use other, let's put the pointer back up, other metals in here. I heard on one of the videos the Electro is one that he was using. I don't know how good it is, but it seems to be working. So it's a little bit slow to come up. So there's 2 sections. So obviously we're approaching the 900 RPM section right now. And if it doesn't lag out too much, so you see the RF per tick is still going up. And as soon as we hit 1242-ish, it's going to start to become inefficient, so the RF per tick should start coming down. And there it goes. So it's going to start to come down now because of the efficiency. But then once we start to get close to, what was it, 1800 RPM, the efficiency will start going back up again, and we should get around 2200 or 20, oh no, around 2400 RF per tick, so almost twice as much. So it's going to take a little while here, but as you can see, it is going down drastically. And the rotor speed isn't catastrophic yet. Where does it say that? It says it somewhere in here. New. Right here, speeds over 2000 PM. I'm sure that's supposed to be RPM. Or overspeed and may cause the turbine fail catastrophically, or a turbine to fail catastrophically. So this thing could explode. And here we go, we're getting back up into the green efficiency again, or going to. So you can see the RF per tick is slowly climbing up again. And that should bring us close to 2400. I didn't write down the number, but I wrote down 290 millibuckets per tick. So we have a frickin' turbine. And we also have an actively cooled reactor. So we'll click on here and what are we doing here? I am looking for something, and I'm not seeing it anywhere. It actually said actively cooled reactor on here. I am not seeing it now. Huh. No. No. I don't know where I seen it, guys. No idea. Oh well. I could have sworn I seen it in there. So we are already at 1800 RF per tick and climbing. Water. I don't know where I seen that at. That's starting to bug me now, guys. I thought it was in here. The temperature inside the reactor core, higher temperature. Yes, we know that. Oh, here it is. This reactor is actively cooled by a fluid such as water, which is superheated by the core. So this is an active reactor. Actively cooled reactor. It's being cooled by water, producing steam from the heat inside the core. And then when the water condenses, or when the steam condenses, it comes back as water to feed back into this reactor again, which is pretty cool. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, we're into the green. Oh, sorry guys, getting a little tired here. Okay, so we are getting into the green now, and we're getting pretty good RF per tick. It's not bad compared to this one. I still think this is not too bad. 12,000 RF per tick. But this was one of the achievements, and we actually got 2 achievements in one video, and 2 big achievements too. I wanted to show you guys building it, but once I started getting into it and trying to figure everything out, it was getting a little bit frustrating. So I actually have 2 coolant reactor coolant ports for this. In each of these transfer nodes, I have a bunch of world interaction upgrades plus speed upgrade. I ran out of redstone because the redstone is getting pumped into a deep storage, and I forgot to have it set to transfer back into the ME system, so I have access to it. So I have like 500,000 redstone sitting in deep storage, and I had to manually go over there and at least make some of these speed upgrades. Just having the 1 coolant port here, it seemed to, once we got past the 900 RPM, it just sucked the steam right out of it, and I couldn't keep up. The water couldn't keep up. This thing drained totally of water. The water drained right down, and couldn't do anything. So I had to put 2 coolant ports in there fed, and actually add. What was I running at that time? I had 4 transfer nodes running. So I put 10 transfer nodes all together in there, and we got 2 coolant input sources. I got lost for words here, getting tongue-tied. And then the steam worked, and then the water worked here. And then it took me a while to figure out to use a crescent wrench to change the input and output of these, but it wasn't too bad. It was only like an hour before I figured it out. So it's just building this and getting it all to work all together uniformly. And where are we at now? We're pretty much there, guys. I think it was under 2400, but that's pretty good output here. And 2 achievements done. And that's the design I had, just in kind of like a an X, and then I just got the single core in here. I was going to try and put a couple more cores in here, like in an X also, and see if that changed anything, but I think for it to change, we'd have to have a bigger turbine, and I had enough trouble with this small little guy here trying to get everything to work properly. So I'm pretty happy with the results. Hope you guys are too. So let's see, the stuff that I figured out, hopefully I told you. So the crescent wrench to change the input output, and I think that was it. Using fluid ducts to transfer the fluids, using item nodes. Now you guys are probably smarter than me anyway, and you could probably point out all the inefficiencies of this, or a way to make it even better or bigger or what have you. But I'm all welcome for comments, suggestions. But that was actually pretty fun building that. So that's, there's my house, there's my backyard. Oh, sorry guys. Mechanic by trade, so I got all mechanical stuff going on in the back. And computer's getting worse here for lag, so I had to turn down even the map stuff. I turned right off, so at least we can get some FPS going on here. Okay, so let's go check out our achievement book here. So we created an active cool reactor, and we created a turbine from the big reactors mod. So that Age of Power is done. Age of Machines is done. Age of Dragons. We, a couple episodes ago, we jumped between 2 tamed dragons, so we can click that off. And it looks like we just have... That's it, I think, guys. We got 2 achievements to do to finish off this series for Season 1 of Sky Factory 2. So these, so fill the deep storage unit with anything and produce 1 billion RF per tick. My glasses just fell off. That 1 billion RF per tick, guys. We're going to do it. It's going to take a while, but we are going to do it. I believe we need 464 nether star generators. And I've been just pumping away at the nether stars with the automated wither killers. So ever so often I have to fly over there and reset everything, refill it up. Because I'm too lazy to figure out how to automate it properly. I'm sure if I use Tesseracts, it might work. Let's see here, nether. Okay, so we have 32,697 nether stars so far, guys. So I think the one that I seen that they actually produced over 1 billion RF per tick to power the nether star generators, they had 12,000 nether stars, and it lasted, I think, less than 10 seconds. And I think they filled up billions and billions of RF within seconds. Probably like 40 billion or something like that. So we're gonna have to let's see here. Nope, I gotta get out of here. Do that. Get that back on there. And nether. Is it gonna come up? Nether star generator. Now, I don't know which one that they actually used. I'm assuming it's just the normal nether star generator. So we need unstable ingot block. Great. Now, how do you make that? Oh, great. You need 9 of these. Great. That's just freaking great. And we have to make 464 of those puppies. Well, I guess that's why it's called the Age of Insanity. Because it's completely insane. And my FPS is completely, like, done. Come on. Give me some FPS so I can fly. Alright guys, so I'm going to end the episode right here. Hope you enjoyed it. That was pretty cool doing the turbine and the actively cooled reactor. And if I can find the link, I'll put it down below that I was using. And it actually has a spreadsheet and a simulator that you can actually put in some inputs like length, width, and height of your reactor. And you can add different liquids to cool it. You can add any amount of control rods you can, and so on and so forth, and it'll actually simulate it and give you some numbers and give you some totals on what you need to build it. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit that like button down below, leave a comment. Any support is greatly appreciated, guys, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And we will see you next episode, guys. Thanks for watching.